The morning sun beat down on the glass windows of Miller's Elite Motors in Dallas, Texas. The showroom sparkled, full of luxury cars, shiny BMWs, Mercedes, a Lamborghini parked for show, and the always polished Teslas in the corner. Inside, Jacob leaned against a black Range Rover, adjusting his tie and sipping his coffee. The dealership was slow that day, with barely any customers walking through the doors. Most of the staff stood around, chatting or scrolling their phones. Then, the bell on the entrance chimed. Heads turned. A man walked in, older, probably in his late 60s, wearing a dusty baseball cap, a baggy coat far too warm for Texas heat, and boots that had seen better decades. He wasn't the usual type that walked into this dealership. His clothes were faded, his hands were rough and calloused, and he looked around like he wasn't sure if he belonged there. Some of the salesmen chuckled. One whispered, "Wrong place, old man." Another said under his breath, "Probably lost." But Jacob didn't laugh. He watched the man linger by the SUV section, eyes locked on a large Cadillac Escalade like it meant something to him. Jacob straightened his posture and approached him. "Afternoon, sir," Jacob said kindly. "Can I help you with something?" The man looked startled, then nodded faintly. "Just looking, that one," he said, pointing to the Escalade. "My daughter's raising my grandkids by herself. Something like that could keep 'em safe on the road." Jacob nodded. "Great choice. It's a 2023 model, safe, powerful, and smooth. Want to take a look inside?" The man hesitated. "Oh, I'm not buying today, just admiring, really." "That's okay," Jacob replied. "You're welcome to admire as long as you want. Want a bottle of water?" The old man smiled. "Sure, son, thanks." Jacob walked him around the car, opened the doors, let him sit inside. The man didn't touch much. He just looked around with quiet awe. "So, you work nearby?" Jacob asked as they walked back. "No," the man said. "Took the bus from Oak Cliff. Long ride. Got time today, so figured I'd treat my eyes at least." Jacob offered to drive him to the nearest bus stop once he was done, and the man gratefully accepted. Meanwhile, across the showroom, other salesmen watched and smirked. One whispered to another, "Jacob's too soft. Guy's got no money." But Jacob didn't care. He felt for the man. Not every customer wore a suit. Sometimes respect came before a sale. Before the man boarded the bus, he turned to Jacob. "You've got good manners, son. Don't see that much these days. What's your name?" "Jacob Miller," he replied. The man nodded thoughtfully. "Well, Jacob Miller, you've got more wealth and spirit than most with bank accounts." Jacob laughed lightly and waved goodbye, thinking that was the last he'd see of the man. He didn't know that by sundown, everything would change. The next morning, the dealership buzzed with unusual energy. Jacob walked in, holding his coffee, expecting another slow start. But several of his co-workers were gathered by the glass entrance, whispering and pointing. Outside, a fleet of sleek black SUVs and luxury sedans pulled into the parking lot. Bentleys, Rolls-Royces, a vintage Aston Martin, and even a matte grey McLaren. At least 10 cars rolled in and parked in perfect formation. From one of the Bentleys, the old man stepped out. Only now, he didn't look old and worn. He wore a tailored navy suit, polished leather shoes, and a gold watch that glinted under the sun. His baseball cap was gone, replaced by neatly combed silver hair. His presence commanded attention. The same man Jacob had treated with respect now looked every bit the part of a billionaire. The general manager rushed out to greet him, trailed by several senior salesmen. "Welcome to Miller's Elite, sir. What can we do for you today?" The man looked past them all and pointed toward Jacob, who stood frozen in place. "I'm here to see that young man, Jacob Miller." The others stepped back, stunned. Jacob approached slowly, still unsure of what was happening. "Sir?" he asked. The man smiled. "Yesterday you didn't laugh at me. You didn't treat me like I didn't belong. You gave me dignity. I needed to know what kind of people you all were, and you passed." He gestured toward the cars now parked across the lot. "Each one of those is a purchase I'm making today. 10 luxury vehicles, all cash." Gasps rippled through the staff. Jacob blinked. You're serious?" "Dead serious. My name is Wallace Trent. I own a series of tech companies, including the automotive AI firm that supplies several luxury brands. I grew up poor. I remember what it's like to be overlooked. So now, once a year, I walk into dealerships like I did yesterday, disguised, looking like no one, just to see who still sees the man, not the money. He walked with Jacob back into the showroom, ignoring the now overly polite greetings from those who'd ignored him the day before. I want you to handle every sale. The commission's yours. And I'm also offering you a position in my customer relations department. My team needs more people like you. Jacob's hands shook slightly. I don't know what to say. Wallace smiled. Then don't say anything. Just keep being the kind of man you were yesterday. News of the event spread quickly across social media and local news stations. Photos of the luxury fleet and Jacob's shocked face at the announcement went viral. The dealership's reputation skyrocketed overnight, but more importantly, so did Jacob's life. He accepted Wallace's offer, eventually moving up to manage customer experience for his tech firm. From that day forward, he remembered one simple truth. Sometimes the richest man in the room is the one you least expect, and kindness, it costs nothing, but it can change everything.